Jameson Taillon was the other one that was targeted, and I want to ask you guys about him in terms of a deal for him. They're talking about 4 years and 56 million, but this is a guy who has had multiple arm problems. You're talking he's had two Tommy John surgeries. He's had issues with his hip flexor tendon. They discovered new damage according to the report. They discovered new damage to his ulnar collateral ligament. So I don't know. 4 years at 56 million for the Tigers. That's what one of the writers predicted. I don't know. What do you guys think?
It just seems to me he's always going to be a guy left chasing the prospect hype that he had. You know, he's always going to be chasing after that. He's never going to catch it, like a dog trying to catch his tail kind of thing. You know, the money, 4 and 56, that's not outrageous. You know, if they did that and got, you know, 1 or 2 good years out of him, that's not the end of the world. I just think there are other ways I would go personally before his name came atop of my list.
Yeah, just for 4 years, just the injury history for me. I mean, I'm looking at his numbers. They're not bad. Like a career 3.84 ERA. He's always been solid. He's just never really been able to take that next step. So maybe you look at a guy like Zach Wheeler, who was kind of also in that same position, never really could stay healthy, was never really a top of the rotation pitcher, and kind of found it, you know, in his late 20s, early 30s. But he's 31 years old. Is his best days behind him at this point? That's going to be tough to tell.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he's the sort of number 4 starter that the Tigers are going to end up signing. He's the kind of pitcher they're going to sign. As for him specifically, I don't see a huge difference between him and like Taijuan Walker or Zach Eflin, like they mentioned. And yeah, I mean, his story is pretty remarkable. I think he is a cancer survivor too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And yeah, to John's point, he was taken between Bryce Harper and Manny Machado in the draft. Which is tough to live up to, and the fact that he's still pitching is pretty impressive. I agree. 4 years seems like a bit much for a back of the rotation starter. And also, we haven't seen Scott Harris, when he was with the Giants, give out a deal any longer than 3 years. But I don't know. It's the sort of pitcher I could absolutely see them signing, but I wouldn't necessarily get super excited about it.